Good morning, everyone. It's time for another terrific Tuesday card. My name is Sherry Minnie. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Colorado in a small rural town of Kingsburg, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. I wasn't here last week. I don't know what happens to my schedule. I have everything worked out, and then you get up in the morning and all of a sudden everything has fallen apart. But I am here today, and I have a card, and we're going to be featuring some of our new in colors. The 23-24 annual catalog goes live today, so you can go to my online store at sherryminnie.stampinup.net and see what that's all about, and hopefully maybe you'll find something you'd like to order. But these are our new in colors for this coming year, and they're all a kind of a deeper tone. We have the boho blue, we have the copper clay, we have the moody mauve, pebbled path, and wild wheat. And I'm going to follow some advice that my mom preached at me when I was a child. If you have a task that you do not want to do that first and get it out of the way. Today I'm going to use a color that does not appeal to me at all, although after I worked with it, it was a little bit better. But my card that I'm going to show you that I made, and I'm also making for a swap, will be featuring the wild wheat. Now this is not in my color wheel at all. I don't know, I just don't really care for it, but I'm going to use it and use up my paper, and then I probably will not order this color again. That's just my personal preference. Some people love it, just not for me. So the two in colors that we will be using is Pebbled Path and Moody Mauve. The rest of them we will not be using. We will also be using, we'll get the colors out of the way, Crushed Curry and Parakeet Party. So put these to the side. Here is our card. It's kind of a Funfold card. And I made it into a birthday card. That seems to be the most popular, and it just opens like so. And the envelope I did, this is the Moody Mauve, and that's what we're going to be using today. And then I did the wild wheat on the back. So the stamp sets that we're going to be using and the bundle that we're going to be using is the Cheerful Daisy bundle. This is a bundle out of the new catalog, which like I said, goes live today and is available for purchase. It has the Cheerful Daisy stamp set and the Cheerful Daisy dies, and we're using, we're using several out of here. So I'm going to be using these two here. This one cuts out the frame of the daisy, and then this little one cuts out the intricate inside. We're going to use this one here for the label and this one here for the leaves. And I think that's all that I'm using on this card for today. Put these away. For the daisy, we're going to be using several of these, and this is the birthday greeting. Wish you the brightest birthday that we're using on the front. For the inside, I just chose something from Very Best Occasions to put on the inside. And we're also going to be using some Wink of Stella. And as you can see on this focal point, I put some Moody Mauve ribbon, and we'll be using that too. Different colors. So in your packet, we're doing a totally different colorway today. As I realized, we're not going to use the Moody Mauve today because I changed it around. I ran out of paper, which is sometimes what you have to do. So for our card base, this is a little bit different than what we would normally do. I have a card base that is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4, and I scored it at 2 1/4. So we're going to fold this, get this ready to go. Here's our bone folder. Oops, and look at there, I just got glue or something on the edge, but I'll get that off. Okay. And then out of the Designer Series paper, which matches the Daisy, the Cheerful Daisy Designer Series paper, we're using this pattern, and then we're doing the Pebbled Path gray on the back side. And this one measures 3 by 4, and this one measures 2 by 4. And those are the papers we're going to use. For cardstock, you'll have a scrap of basic I'm sorry, it's not Whisper White, hasn't been for a long time. Basic White, just a scrap to do your greeting. You'll have, in this card, I'm using the Pebbled Path. So this one is, let me see, what is this one? Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, oh, you know what? I gave you the wrong measurements on these. So this one is 3 by 4. This one is 2 by 4. This one is actually 1 3/4 by 4, and this one is actually 3 3/4 by 4. Kind of got those mixed up, and then you'll have a piece to back for your flap. For this part right here, you have a piece of white, and this one measures. Let me find it here. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, and then you'll have a little piece of ribbon. So to get started, I think we will do all of our stamping first, and we can do our inside. And we're going to be using the Pebbled Path for our sentiment on the inside. And we are using, for the inside greeting, I am using the Stamparatus. Sadly, this is no longer available from Stampin' Up. There were some patent legal issues with another company, and rather than continue the lawsuit, they just decided to take this off the market. I'm praying that one day they'll come back with something, because I know all of you really like using a stamping tool, and I know quite a few of you that have already purchased this Stamparatus. I will continue to use it. I use it a lot, and it is a Stampin' Up product. Even though you can't get it anymore, I'm going to continue to use it. So we will take our, let me put a stamp set underneath here just to make it more level when I'm inking up. We're going to ink this up. And we will put this down. There we go. I love the Pebbled Path. I think it's a beautiful, it's kind of a gray, but it's got a little bit of maybe a brownish tone to it, but I just really do like it. And then on the end, for our greeting, we put this way because we are done with it. For our greeting, we're going to stamp again in the Pebble Path, and we're going to stamp wishing you the brightest birthday. I didn't get that stamped too well. I think oh, I know why. Sorry. I need to have a little bit of a cushion under here. And I took my other foam pad into the other room, so we'll just see if this will help. Oops. There we go. And I think that is all the stamping that we need with our Pebbled Path. So what we're going to do with this piece, we are going to do some cutting. We're going to take this label and we're going to cut that, and then we're going to cut out the outline of the daisy, all in the Whisper White. And as you know, I haven't brought my big machine over here, so here's what I have already cut these out. Here's that, and here is our saying. Okay. Now the other thing we need to do is we need to do our stamping of our daisy. And this one is in the mauve, Moody Mauve, I think it is. Whoops, I don't need that. I need our current card base. Okay, and we're just gonna, so this one is a two-step stamp. As in the past, we have the solid image, and then we have the image that fills in. So first of all, I'm going to stamp the solid image. also stamp the solid image on our envelope. I need a little more cushion under there. It does not want to. Maybe this will help too. It does dry a little bit lighter when it gets dry. And we will take our fill-in image, and unfortunately, let me grab a piece of paper. I need to stamp off on something. So to fill in, we're going to ink up again in the Moody Mauve. We're going to stamp off, and I'm going to line it up, and the way I line mine up is there's kind of 3 little flat petals here that match right along here. Oh, and I realize what I did here. Hold on. Oh, I kind of messed this up, but I should have stamped this one before I stamped the other one, but I didn't. So we'll see how we turn out here. There we go. Not too bad. This really, I wanted the inside to be lighter, but I stamped the wrong part first. So we'll just have a darker, call it darker daisy going on here. There's no mistakes. It's always just, you can make it do what you want it to do. You are the boss of this paper. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that is all we need the mauve for. All right, so now we're gonna just, oh, and one other thing. You'll have a piece of crushed curry. We're gonna put this little detailed daisy on here, and we're gonna run it through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And here are all the pieces that we end up from cutting everything out. There's that, and there's what's going to go on the top. Okay. Now what I did with this little piece is I took my Wink of Stella, which is here somewhere, covered up as usual. I took my Wink of Stella, and we've used this, and I don't know, yeah, there you go. You can see some of the pretty sparkle on there. And I just took this and I just ran over all the tips and everything. It's easier if you do it before you try to stick it down. And then I'll take my outline of the daisy. I'll put this on here because you probably can see it a little bit better. I'll take the outline of my daisy. I will take my intricate center of the daisy. I will take my green cap glue, and I'm just going to put little dabs on each little petal, just a dot, a tiny dot. You don't want a lot. If you can see it, you have plenty. And it is a very easy thing to overdo it with this glue, so you don't want to do that, because what happens is it gushes, is that a word? Gushes out all over. Okay, so there's that. Now again, you see I have these 3 kind of flat areas on this die cut. I'm going to match it up with the flat area on our, it doesn't match perfectly, and you can twist it and do whatever you want, but this is how I decided I wanted to do mine. And just place it in the middle. Now if I had brought my marker in here, I would have colored the center of this little daisy. I'll do that later, but I did not bring my marker in here. I just used a yellow one. Okay, so this is going to be popped up on the front of our card, so we'll take care of our dimensionals. Double check as I tell you that, but yes, that is correct. Oh, the other thing we didn't stamp, we have one more, we have a little bit more stamping to do. So that's going to have dimensionals. This is going to have dimensionals. that's it for the dimensionals. The other thing that I didn't stamp that we need to stamp is the little leaf. And we're going to do that in the parakeet party. Let me find my little strip here that I was going to... Okay. So what you'll do is you'll actually, I think I used 5 on the card, so you're going to take 5 of the, you're going to stamp 5 of these, just like so. And then we have a little, another little die that I didn't bring over, but this die right here, we'll cut that out. And as you know, just because we're on video, I have all 5 of those already cut out. Okay, so I have those right there. Oops, missed one. Okay, now I do believe we are ready to start putting our card together. So we will start off first by assembling our, excuse me, our designer series paper. So you take your larger piece of cardstock and your larger piece of designer series paper, and we're just going to place it on our cardstock. I like to use my lines on my grid paper to try to help me get things straight, because sometimes that's not the easiest thing in the world for me to do. Okay, then I just look at the bottom and the sides and just hope that they're, try to get the same amount of border on each one. Then we have one more small piece. This time we're going to use the flip side. Hopefully you all can see what I'm doing here and I'm not too far out of the camera. Okay, and then this piece goes on the back of the white, or on the top of the white piece. So we'll do that. And once again, try to get your borders somewhat even if you can. Okay. Then this is going to go on the front of here. Now you're only going to do half, or put your glue on this end, because you don't want to glue your card shut. So we will just take this . I put a little extra because this is going to be open and closed. I want to make sure that we have it. Okay, and that's what there is for that. Then, oh, back up. Got a little bit ahead of myself here. Hold on. Hopefully I can pull this off. If I didn't rub it down too tight, it'll be covered up even if I mess it up a little bit. Sorry about that, ladies. I guess I'm out of practice after only missing 1 week. All right, this has to go on first. And this goes on our flap. so. And then this goes here. That looks a little better. Okay, there. That's how it's supposed to look. All right, now we will take our little daisy. I took a lot of my stuff over to my other room, and some of it didn't get back, but I got this back. That's good. And we'll take this and we'll just kind of put it down here in the corner. We'll take our greeting. And I kind of tried to center it in the middle of this flap, but I did do it right side up. Does help. And just kind of get it on there, kind of centered. Okay. Now we'll take our little leaves. My tweezers are one thing that I took over to my studio, and they haven't made it back yet, and I desperately need them in here. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this leaf off because I don't want it sticking up quite that high for the second one. And we will take this, put a little more glue on there, and we'll make our double right there, and then we'll do one more. And again, I'm just going to trim off a little bit of this. Put a little bit of glue. And kind of stick this right there. Okay, and then we have two more to put up here on the corner. Again, glue on the bottom of the leaf. You don't need a lot. One right there. One right there. Clean up just a little bit. I got stuff strung everywhere, don't I? Okay, and we're done with this. And then we'll take our little ribbon, and all I'm going to do is tie a simple little knot. Pull it tight so it's as flat as I can get it. And then we have to decide where to put it. And I think I will put it here on this side. I tried it on this side, but it seems like I have too much going on this side and not enough here. Another thing we could do, I might try this one at the bottom, because the reason I was hesitant about the top is it covers up the leaves. So maybe we'll try this one on the bottom. And it's pretty easy to remove if I don't like it. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a glue dot. And stick it down here on the bottom. And stick our bow over it. Stick it down really well. Take our ribbon scissors. And there we go. That is it. Now on our on this one, on the envelope, I did back it with some designer series paper. I didn't bring a piece in to do that, but you could do that. And this is a card you could use any of your stash that you have of designer series paper or patterned paper. It's pretty quick and easy. It doesn't take long to put together, and it's got a little bit of a unique thing. You could also embellish it any way that you want. The only thing I'm missing right here is the yellow center, and like I said, I'll take a marker and color that in. And so, as you can see, that's what I did right here. I just took a marker. So here's the other colorway that I'm using, which is the wild wheat, and this one features the pebbled path along with a lot of the different greens. So that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it would be a great help to me if you could, or give me a thumbs up. Here's all my information about my store, sherrymini.stampinup.net. My blog is simplylovestampin.com. And if you need to reach out to me, you can reach me at suaddicted@gmail.com. I will have all of the measurements and supplies used on my blog sometime later today. So have a great and wonderful day, and God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you real soon.